So, good morning to all. In our previous class, we discussed regarding cost classification. What ma? Cost classification. On the basis of what? Controllability. First, initially we discussed. Are you remember? So, cost classification on the basis of controllability. Two types. What ma? Controllable cost, uncontrollable cost. Is it right? What is meant by controllable cost? Name itself indicating, if you read the terminology in reverse manner, controllable cost. In reverse manner, cost controllable. It means controllable cost means cost which is easily controllable, subject to condition, proper action, proper care taken by the management is called what ma? Controllable cost. Controllable cost. What is the alternative definition for controllable cost? Abnormal loss. Uncontrollable cost means cost which is not controllable, even though proper care or action taken by the management is called what ma? Uncontrollable cost. Is it right? What is the alternative name for uncontrollable cost? Normal loss. We can call it as normal loss. Is it clear, my dear? Excellent. Normal loss, GACAP principle is separately we discuss. Normal loss means it is an unavoidable loss due to inherent nature of the material, and it can be known from prior or previous, you can say any word, prior experience in such business field. Such concept is called normal loss. As per GACAP principle, normal loss shall be charged to the customer by selling good unit or effective units. Is it right? Yes. What is meant by abnormal loss? We told one definition. We have to check input, output. Difference will be referred as actual loss. Actual loss should be compared with normal loss. Actual loss should be compared with what ma? Normal loss. Is it right? Is it right? Clear. If your actual loss is beyond the normal loss, is called abnormal loss. If your actual loss below the normal loss, abnormal gain. Abnormal loss or gain, anything, you have to transfer to the costing P&L account, either debit side or credit side, as a case may be. If abnormal loss means costing P&L debit side, if abnormal gain means costing P&L credit side. We already discussed till now. Clear? Now, cost classification. What ma? Cost classification on the basis of what ma? Computation of profit, valuation of closing stock. Closing stock is nothing but unsold units. Closing stock nothing but what ma? Unsold unit. Under this category, number one, expired cost, unexpired cost, product cost, period cost, manufacturing cost, admin cost, S&D cost, job cost, unit cost. These definitions are going to be covered under this category. Am I clear? Yes. Out of this one, we already discussed the concept called as manufacturing cost. We discussed. What is meant by manufacturing cost? What is meant by manufacturing cost? Manufacturing cost means any cost which is incurred by the organization. For what purpose? Two purposes. Either of the purposes. Purpose number one, manufacturing of good. Purpose number two, rendering of services. Such any cost shall be referred as manufacturing cost. Is it right? Any cost can be classified, sorry, any cost means total cost. Total cost can be classified into two types: direct cost, indirect cost. Direct cost can be classified into three types: direct material, direct labor, direct expense. Indirect cost can be classified into three types: indirect material, indirect labor, indirect expense. All direct costs shall be referred as prime cost. All indirect costs shall be referred as overhead. Overhead can be classified into two types: based on function, based on variability. Based on function, it can be classified into three types: POH, AOH, SOH. Based on variability, three types: fixed overhead, variable overhead, semi-variable overhead. As per rule, semi-variable overhead shall not exist. If it is exist, it should be bifurcate. Some portion to fixed, some portion to variable. Is it clear? Clear? Excellent. Now, time to discuss the concept called as expired cost and unexpired cost. If you remember previous class or earlier class, we discussed one example. Am I right? Listen, cost plus profit is equal to what? Sales. Obviously, profit is equal to sales minus cost. One of the example I gave, company name ZK Limited. How many units they purchased? 100 units. How much? Per unit? 10. How much ma? 1000. Out of 100 units, 70 units were sold at the rate of 100 rupees per unit. They generate revenue 7,000 rupees. Revenue 7,000. Cost is equal to 1,000. Profit is equal to 6,000. Is this correct profit? I am asked in the previous class. In previous class itself, I revealed the logic. Here, it is not a correct profit because of matching concept principle is violated. What violated ma? Matching concept principle. See, you are showing revenue for how many units? 70 units. So, expenditure over cost also disclosed for 70 units only. Am I clear, my dear? Otherwise, I have to repeat. If you show the revenue for 70 units, expenditure also shown for 70 units only. Why are you showing for 100 units? Here matching concept is violated. Matching concept is what ma? Violated. Then what is the correct profit? What is the correct profit? See, question is asking the above profit is correct? Question mark. What is the solution, my dear? The above profit is correct or wrong? Wrong. Why? Why ma? Because calculation shown above in violation of matching concept principles. Am I right? Matching concept principle is they are violated, they are breaked. Is it right? Please respond, ma'am. I clearly told expired cost, unexpired cost, product cost, period cost. 4 pillars is required for building. 4 pillars required for knowledge of costing. Expired cost is most important, unexpired cost is most important, product cost is most important, period cost is most important. Clear? Am I clear? Excellent. This is the first point. And second point, we can say it as, just wait. Just wait, ma. Okay, listen ma. The correct profit calculation as shown below. Okay, what is the sales? Come on, 70 units at the rate of 100 rupees per unit. What is the revenue? 7,000 minus cost. How many units? 70 units. What is the cost? 10 rupees per unit. How much? Come on, please check it. 70 into 100, how much? Earlier 7,000. 70 into 10, 7. Difference value, profit is equal to 6,300. This is the correct calculation procedure. If you remember, what is the income for how many units? 70 units. 700 expenditure for how many units? So matching concept is matched, not violated. Is it clear? Clear? Listen carefully, ma. Listen. See, in the view of organization, what is the cost they incurred? 100 units. How many units? 100. Per unit how much? 10. How much, ma? 1,000. Out of 100 units, how many units sold? 70. What is the unsold units? 30. 70 into 10, how much? 700. 30 into 10, how much? 300. Please remember, ma. What is the definition? Expired cost. What is the terminology we are going to be discussing? Expired cost, right? Is it right? Listen, certain words, if you listen from friends and beyond friends, your relationship will be strong. For example, friend 1 saying friend 2 sorry, friendship relationship will build strong. Correct? If same word saying doctor to patient relatives, what is the meaning? Doctor saying patient to the patient relative sorry, what is the meaning? Such patient is no more. No more. Correct? If you see death certificate, they are mentioning expired. So and so person expired on so and so date, so and so month, so and so year, so and so time. They are giving death certificate. Expired or otherwise they can mention no more. No more also certain hospitals mention. Expired means such person can visible tomorrow. If you expired person visible tomorrow means you are not fit in the view of health. It directly indicates. Correct? Correct? Expired cost means such person will be visible or not visible. Same logic. Expired cost means cost is not visible. Expired person means not visible. Expired cost means not visible. See, in the view of organization, when such cost will be not visible? If such cost is recovered from my customer by selling good units. Very simple logic. I manufactured remote. I manufactured what? Remote. I spent 2,000 rupees on remote. I sold to Mr. A for 7,000. What is my profit? 5,000. I spent 2,000, I sold for 7,000. By recovering 7,000 from my customer, 2,000 is recovered. After recovery of 2,000 in excess of 2,000 only, 5,000 is called profit. Come on. If you think in that manner, that 2,000 recovered or not recovered? Recovered. Such 2,000 will be visible for next period. Answer is no. Expired means, listen, expired cost means cost which is charged against current year revenue. Whatever cost is adjusted in the current year revenue, whatever cost adjusted in the current year revenue. What is the current year revenue? 7,000. How much amount you adjusted? 700. This cost is called expired cost. This 300, is it adjusted towards current year revenue? Please respond. Is it adjusted or not adjusted? Is called unexpired cost. Now tell me, what is meant by expired cost? What is meant by expired cost? Expired cost means cost which is adjusted or are charged against what? Current year revenue. In the current year revenue, whatever cost recorded, such cost will be referred as expired cost. Why? Because you are recovered. Such cost will not be visible in tomorrow. Next period, such cost will not be visible. See, in the view of organization, how much they spend? 1,000. How much you recovered? 700. In next period, how much cost should not be recovered will be there? Recovered also will be there. Will not be recovered only there. It means 300 only you are visible. 700 will not be visible. Why? Because such 700 is adjusted in the last year. If you think in the view of next year means. Is it clear? Clear? Now tell me, my dear. Now tell me, what is meant by expired cost? Any cost which is charged against current year revenue. Is it right? Unexpired cost means cost which is charged or which is not charged. Which is not charged is called what? Unexpired cost. I hope you got the clarity. Now tell me, my dear, what is meant by unexpired cost? Unexpired cost means cost only. Which cost? Those cost which is not adjusted or are charged against the current year revenue is called what? Unexpired cost. Till now discussion clear? Alternative definition. Listen carefully. See, if you observe chart properly, 100 units into 10, how much? 1,000. Correct? Out of 1,000, what is the expired cost? 700. What is the unexpired cost? 300. Alternative definition. Listen carefully. Alternative definition. For what? Expired cost. Expired cost means cost which is representative of cost of units sold. You should understood in an alternative way also. Expired cost means cost which is charged. First definition clear? What is the next definition? Expired cost means cost which is representative of cost of sold units. Is it right? Can you guess what is the unexpired cost alternative definition? Unexpired cost means cost which is representative of cost of unsold units or cost of closing stock units. Unsold or closing stock, one and the same, my dear. We can say unsold unit or closing stock. Anything, it is correct. Correct? Correct? Now clear? Is it clear? So, first point, expired cost means cost which is expired or are charged or are adjusted against current year revenue is called expired cost. Correct? Correct, my dear friends? Second point. As per GACAP, expired Cost means cost which is representative of cost of sold units. Is called what ma? Expired cost. What is meant by unexpired cost? Listen ma. Unexpired cost means those cost which is not charged or adjusted against current year revenue is called unexpired cost. Alternatively, as per GACAP, unexpired cost means cost which is representative of closing stock or unsold units is called unexpired cost. Unexpired cost. Is it right? Please participate with me, ma. Is it clear till now? If you want to write, please write from this one. Example, most important. If you want in a rough manner, please make it down. Please copy, ma. After copying the whatever discussion, we will move. Okay, na? I hope you noted down the entire topic. Okay. Now time to learn product cost, period cost. What ma? Product cost, period cost. Listen carefully ma. We will take one example. If you remember previous example, profit is wrong based on the concept of matching principle is violated. Is it right? Now listen carefully ma. Listen. Company name XYZ Limited. What is the company name ma? XYZ Limited. Furnish the following information such as raw material cost. They spend 40,000 rupees. How much must they spend? 40,000 rupees. Just wait. So raw material, how much they spend? 40,000. Labor, they spend rupees 10,000. Okay. Selling expense. Selling expense, you know na? Selling expense means salesman commission, salesman brokerage, like that. Okay. Selling expense, they spend 30,000. How much ma total? 80,000 rupees they spent total cost. Correct? Out of 80,000, on the basis of 80,000, they manufactured 10,000 units. How many units ma? 10,000 units they manufactured. Out of manufactured, they sold 8,000 units for rupees 100 each. Per unit they sold for how much? 100. How many units they sold? 8,000. Out of 10,000 they produce. 2,000 still closing stock or unsold unit. Is it clear? Clear? Excellent. Now, on the basis of above information, listen carefully, most important. On the basis of above information, company or entity calculated profit as shown below. As shown below. Sales, how much ma? 8,000 units. How much? Per unit how much? 100. What is the value? Please check it. Rupees 8 lakhs. Correct? Minus cost. Listen carefully. How much they spend? How much they spend? 80,000 they spend. For how many units? 10,000 units. It means they spend 80,000 rupees. For how many units? 10,000 units. How much? 8 rupees. Per unit cost 8 rupees. In previous discussion, we came across how much revenue generated units is matched with the cost. Correct? It means 8,000 units into 8 rupees cost only disclose. Why? Matching concept should be there na. This is for 8,000 units. Cost should be also for 8,000 units only na. That is the reason 8,000 into how much? 8. How much ma? 64,000. What is the profit? 7,36,000. They are asking, please listen ma. You are required advise whether above profit is correct? Question mark. They are asking, is the 7,36,000 correct or wrong? They are asking. We'll check. Please respond ma. We'll check na. Yes. Listen. Sales. Very simple ma. 7,36,000, is it correct or wrong? The question paper is asking. Correct huh? If this value and this value correct, obviously this value correct. Correct or wrong? If this value is correct, if this value is correct, then obviously 7,36,000 correct. If this value is correct, if this value is wrong, obviously it is also wrong. Correct huh? If this value is wrong, if this value is correct, obviously it is wrong. Am I correct? Correct or wrong? Excellent. Now time to check whether this value is correct or not. If both the values are correct, we can conclude that 7,36,000 given question paper answer is correct. Otherwise, we can conclude that wrong. Clear? How 8 lakh arrived? How 8 lakh arrived? 8,000 into 100. What is meant by 8,000? Sold units. What is meant by 100? Per unit sales or selling price per unit. Correct? How you know 8,000 units only sold? Question paper told. How you know selling price per unit is equal to 100? Question paper told. It means this value is correct. Hello? Excellent. On the basis of previous discussion, expired cost, unexpired cost, income for how many units you they disclose? 8,000. Now cost should be disclosed for how many units? 8,000. On that ground, cost is disclosing as 8,000. 8,000 is correct. If this 8,000 is correct, if 8 rupees is also correct, then obviously 64 correct. Please respond. Very simple ma. 8,000 correct, 100 correct, 8 lakh is correct. Now 8,000 is correct. Why 8,000 is correct? On the basis of previous discussion, whatever income is disclosed for units, for those units only cost you should report. Correct? 8,000 correct or wrong? Correct. Now if 8 rupees is correct, 64 correct. If 8 rupees is wrong, 64 is wrong. Clear? Now time to check whether 8 rupees is correct or not. How you arrived 8 rupees? 80,000. Listen. 80,000 rupees divided by how many units? 8,000. Correct? Now time to check whether 80,000 correct or wrong. Listen carefully. Raw material, how much? 40. My question will be, such 40,000 rupees spent by the organization for 10,000 units or for 8,000 units? Obviously 10,000 units. Labor 10,000 rupees they spend for 10,000 units or for 8,000 units? 10,000 units. Selling expense 30,000 they spend for 10,000 units or 8,000 units? 8,000 units. Why sir? Selling expense is not for manufactured sir. Selling expense for sold units sir. Listen. Here you should bifurcate. Raw material labor they incurred for how many units? 10,000 units. Selling expense incurred for how many units? 8,000 units. Correct or wrong? Correct or wrong? Correct. Then this calculation is wrong. That calculation is wrong. Then how to disclose the profit? How to disclose or how to calculate the profit? Listen carefully ma. Solution. Calculation of what ma? Correct profit. Correcta? Respond ma. Sales, how much? How much units? 8,000 units. How much? Per unit, 100. How much ma? 8 lakh. Minus cost. What is the cost? 40,000 for how many units? 10,000. 10,000 for how many units? It means 50,000 rupees they spent. For how many units? It means per unit how much? How much ma? That is the reason. Listen ma. 8,000 into 5. 8,000 into 5. How much ma? 40,000. Minus this 30,000 incurred for 8,000 units or 10,000 units? You are disclosing revenue for 8 or 10 or 8. That is the reason. Minus selling expense. How much? 30,000. What is the correct profit? What is the correct profit? 7 lakh 30. 7 lakh 30,000. Tell me. Sorry, I'm not getting. Selling expense. Okay, you are asking. Okay, you are calculating this cost for 8,000 units. Why are you not calculating for this one? See, selling expense, that is the reason I bifurcated. This expense is incurred for 8,000 units only. This expense is incurred for 10,000 units. You are not getting. Simple చెప్పాలంటే ఈ 50,000 రూపీస్ ఇన్కర్ అయింది 10,000 యూనిట్స్కి. కాబట్టి దాంట్లో సోల్డ్ ఉంటుంది, అన్సోల్డ్ ఉంటుంది. సోల్డ్ది మాత్రమే రాస్తాం. అదే 30,000 ఇన్కర్ అయింది, సోల్డ్ యూనిట్స్ కోసమే ఇన్కర్ అయ్యాం కాబట్టి డైరెక్ట్ 30,000 మైనస్ చేస్తున్నాను నేను. క్లియరా? ఆర్ యూ క్లియర్ మా? అదర్వైజ్ ఐ హ్యావ్ టు రిపీట్. యూ మా. వై? బికాస్ తెలుగు ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ ఈజ్ నాట్ అండర్స్టూడ్ బై యూ. Understood. Why 30,000 is directly deducting? Excellent. Why this one is not deducting directly? This one for sold plus unsold is nothing but manufacturing. Are you clear? Clear? Miketi clear kada? Okay. So, if anything asked during the doubt, if I explain in local language, no need to worry, I will repeat in English for you if you are not understood. Clear? Are you clear? Excellent. Now, what is the correct profit? 7,30,000. Is it right, my dear? Is it right? Excellent. Listen carefully. Listen. Most important. Conclusion is most important. Okay. Now, here 50,000 incurred for how many units? 10,000. Instead of 10,000, we can say it as 50,000 rupees is incurred for manufacturing units. Instead of 10,000, I can say 50,000 incurred for manufacturing unit. 30,000 is incurred for sold unit. Anything cost which is incurred for sold unit is called period cost. Anything which is incurred for sold plus unsold is nothing but manufacturing is called product cost. That is the difference. Now tell me, any cost which is incurred only for sold unit is called period cost. Period cost. Anything which is incurred for manufacturing means two elements should be there, sold plus unsold, is called product cost. Is it clear? Clear? Now tell me, in our example, what is the product cost total? 50,000. Correct? Out of 50,000, how much amount is adjusted towards current year revenue? Listen, 50,000 is product cost. Come on, my dear. 50,000 is product cost or not? Yes. Such out of 50,000, how much cost is adjusted in the current year revenue? 40,000. 10,000 still not adjusted. Clear? How much period cost? 30,000. How much adjusted to the current year revenue? 30,000. It means period cost fully expired. If you remember earlier discussion, any cost is adjusted to the current year revenue is called expired. Anything which is not adjusted towards current year revenue is called unexpired. What is the period cost total? 30,000. How much are you adjusted to the current year revenue? Entire 30,000. See, this 30,000, how much are you adjusted? Entire 30,000. How much manufacturing cost you incurred? 50,000. Out of 50,000, how much you are adjusted? 40,000. How much not adjusted? It means product cost, some portion expired, some portion unexpired. Expired cost fully, period cost fully expired. This is the overall conclusion. Clear? Otherwise I have to repeat. Very simple, my dear. If you are not remember, if you are not understood, please raise your hand. Not only for this discussion, entire journey. Clear? Very simple. I will conclude again. I will tell again. Why? Because most important, I clearly disclosed in non-integral chapter. AOH, SOH is period cost, please calculate or please prepare ledger they are asking. In earlier class I disclosed one problem. On that chapter, if you are not understood this calculation properly, conclusion not properly, that chapter will be struck. Clear? Now tell me, what is meant by product cost? Very simple. Product, in name itself indicating, product cost means product. Product cost means product. Product cost means cost which is incurred for manufacturing of a product. Manufacture means sold plus unsold. I hope you got the clarity. What is meant by period cost, my dear? Come on. What is meant by period cost? Period cost means cost which is incurred by the organization exclusively for the purpose of sold units. Exclusively for the purpose of sold unit is called what? Period cost. Product cost, some portion expired, some portion unexpired. Some portion expired based on sold unit. Some portion unexpired based on unsold ORR closing stock, you can say. Correct? Period cost fully expired in that year itself or in that period itself. Is it clear? Don't write along with me. I will give time to copy. Okay. Now listen, ma. What is meant by product cost, my dear? Come on. Product cost means those cost which is incurred by organization for purpose of, come on, for purpose of manufacturing of product is called product cost. Please remember, my dear, manufacturing include sold units. Instead of unsold, we can say it as closing stock units. You can interchange, depends upon the comfortability. You can say unsold unit or alternatively in official word closing stock. Is it clear? Clear? Next, ma. What is meant by period cost? Period cost means those cost which is incurred by organization for exclusively for the purpose of What units? Sold units is called period cost. Is called what, ma? Period cost. Till now discussion clear? Till now clear? See, my dear, listen. See, without a manufacturing company working experience, you can't bifurcate whether it is product cost or period cost. Definition is very easy. If I tell any cost, can you bifurcate product or period? We can't. That is the reason GACAP alternative definition is given. All trading account items will be referred as product cost. All P&L account items will be referred as period cost. Trading account, you know, na? In accounts, in previous stage, you left as a choice. You remember? Clear. Now tell me, all trading account items will be referred as what, ma? Product cost. All P&L account items will be referred as what, ma? Till now clear? Till now clear? Excellent. So, alternatively, we can say product cost is, otherwise, just wait, alternatively, any or are all items of which account? Trading account is referred as what, ma? We don't know, na? Product cost. Correct? Come on. All or any item of P&L account is referred as period cost. Correct? Now, time to rethink. Raw material purchase. Trading up P&L. If you in your accounts. Raw material purchase, ma? That is the reason product cost. Labor. Labor means wages. Trading or P&L? Wages. Trading. That is the reason product cost. Selling expense. P&L. That is the reason period cost. We can easily conclude. Clear? Excellent. So till now clear, ma? Till now clear? Next, ma. Listen, ma. Conclusion. Not today's class. Conclusion of the topic I told. Clear? Excellent. Listen, ma. Conclusion. Period cost. Come on. Expired cost. We discussed, na? Next. Unexpired cost. Product cost. Correct, my dear friends? Correct? Period cost what? Fully expired. Product cost, some portion expired, some portion unexpired. Some portion expired based on sold units. Correct? Based on closing stock units. This is a overall conclusion of the story. This is a overall conclusion of the story. Is it clear? Till now clear? Please make it note, ma. I think up to here you already wrote expired cost and expired cost. Please make it first. Can I scroll? అయిపోయిందన్నా? కంప్లీటెడా? కంప్లీటెడ్ మా? ఎక్సలెంట్. మా లిసన్ మా. See, page number 8 in your concept book. Concept number 5, page number 8, concept number 5. Listen ma. Cost classification based on what ma? We discussed. Are you remember? Controllable cost, uncontrollable cost. Controllable cost means, listen ma, controllable cost means these cost which can be influenced. Underline the influence. Out of influence, please write control. Instead of influence, we can name it as controlled. Or change. Change. Okay. Listen ma. These cost which can be influenced and controlled by whom ma? Whom? Managerial action. Please write it down. CC is also known as abnormal loss. CC means controllable cost. Dota? Completed? Listen ma. Non-controllable cost which can be controlled or cannot be controlled. Cannot be controlled. Underline the word cannot be influenced. In down, please write non-controllable cost is also known as normal loss. Normal loss. Clear? Clear my dear? Here please write abnormal loss transfer to costing P&L. Normal loss shall be charged to customer. Charge to whom? Customer. How to charge to customer? Please write, by selling good unit. By selling good unit. Clear? Clear? Now ma, based on what ma? Normality. Normal cost, abnormal cost. We already discussed normal, abnormal. Clear? Next one. Based on attributability. Number 1, product cost. Number 2, recently we completed. Correct? What is meant by product cost given in the book? Product cost means these are the costs which are assigned to the product. Assigned to whom? Product. Which is included or not included? Included. It means, it's simply saying that product cost means anything which is incurred for the purpose of manufacturing. Please write it in alternate way. Product cost means cost which is incurred for manufacturing of a product. Manufacturing of a product. Clear, my dear friends? Clear? Next ma, what is the examples given in the textbook? Manufacturing cost, like cost of raw material, direct wages, production overhead. Otherwise, please write. In other words, all trading account items shall be referred as product cost. Shall be referred as what ma? Product cost. Clear? Please respond. Excellent. What is meant by period cost? Listen. Period cost means cost which is not assigned to the product but charged against. Charged against revenue means expired. Again, anything charged against revenue means expired. Definition you understood na? Please remember. Please listen. Period cost means what? Cost which assigned, which is not assigned. Which is not assigned to product but adjusted in the current year revenue is called what ma? Period cost. Please write it down properly. Period cost means cost which is incurred for sold units. Sold units is called what ma? Is called what? Period cost. Clear? Right? In other words, all P&L items shall be referred as period cost. In other words, all P&L items shall be referred as what ma? Period cost. Till now clear? Till now clear, my dear friend? Otherwise I have to repeat. Clear? No confusion? No confusion? Please adjust one statement. Period cost is equal to fully expired. Most important. Product cost is equal to expired, unexpired. Expired, unexpired. Clear, my dear friends? Clear? Till now clear? Now in just wait, screen was stuck. Okay, in tomorrow class we will discuss cost classification based on what? Relevance to the cost classification based on what? Not relevance to the decision making. Irrelevant cost, relevant cost. We will discuss in tomorrow class. Clear? Clear. Before concluding today's class, I am requesting to the people, please study regularly. Otherwise, question paper will be look like a complicated. Number one, all concepts will be getting like complicated. If you not revise regularly, it will be headache after the completion of the chapter. After completion of the chapter, it is a purely headache. Why? Because it takes a lot of time. If you study regularly, today's class, you can revise within 5 to 10 minutes or 15 minutes, max to max half an hour. If you want to revise entire last 3 to 4 classes, it will take hours together. Just think, after the chapter, how many hours it will take. Body will not be cooperated to study. That is the reason, advice to especially fresher student, please read the costing on regular basis. Please attend the classes on regular basis. It will helpful for your success. Clear? Clear, ma? Thank you so much, ma. In next class, we will meet in next class with new topics. Clear?